Jesus or God himself, that on this show we feel people like you should be here to share it and bring out the reality, because people see you as demigods.
Yes.
So the reality will be out there. So for you, in a minute, in some few minutes, share with us your personal encounter with God. How did you meet that man? Who ministered him to you? I mean, how did you encounter him? Just share with us.
Okay. I think my story is a bit different. I don't think there was a time, because I think from birth, I've been very blessed and lucky to have my mom. I come from a serious Christian home. My mom is the type that you would have to go to church before you can eat, that type of strict Christian home. And I learned to know God through her, because when she prays, I was a kid, but I used to see my mom pray to God like she could see him, or like in front of him. He has a personal conversation. He doesn't do the prayers like the usual prayer, oh Father, this and that. She's a fancy, so sometimes very angry, talks to God. And I feel like it's this guy like standing next to her, like who is he, ordering him to do stuff. Like, this is what I want. And if you don't do this, then you're going to disgrace me. It's up to you. Papa, so growing up, I felt this man is listening to my mom every time, because she used to heal us with even Lipton, just normal tea, and she'll say whatever she wants to say, and then she gives it to us, and quickly it goes away. So that covering from that time has made me believe that there's someone bigger up there looking out for all of us. And there's been situations that I've been through that I survived, that those situations people would like to take their lives, but I didn't even think of it because of what my mom brought me up with, my mindset. So I feel like there's somebody guarding me, through my whole career. So encountering God, I think my mom did it from birth. That's all we knew as kids.
Okay.
Before even like turning adults. So I'm proud to say me, myself, and my siblings, it's rare to find someone who's a bit like a ruffian, who's out there like, we are all grounded. As much as we're humans, we have flaws. There's something that keeps us intact, and that's what my mom taught us, that there's a big man up there that if you, he's our father, and if you, they're not ansoninia, there are, punishments that you take, and if you don't associate yourself with him, there are things that can happen to you along the line. So our understanding of that doesn't make us realize even when we're going through hardship, because we feel like it's just, our understanding is different. I thank my mom for that. That is the upbringing that we got.
Awesome. I mean, you are so privileged that your mom actually handed the Bible over to you at a very young age. Most of us and most of the young people we have today, it's very difficult because of the busy schedules of the Accra life, the hustling and everything on the streets of Accra. Parents find it difficult to hand over the Bibles to their children. You are so fortunate. And so, but for you, yours is different. But I entreat everyone listening to us right now. You heard it from Sarkodie straight. The mom actually handed Christ or God to him. If you've not had that personal experience, I invite you. It's a sweet experience we're about to experience right now. He's about to share some more with us. And so if you don't know him today, I present him to you. Just like it was presented to Sarkodie, I present the man, Jesus, to you this evening. So for you, it means that, you have a little knowledge about that man, and you do communicate with him, yes?
Yes.
Great. So can you share with us, whether one or two, life-changing testimonies? What are the few things that you feel that he came in so real, and you stood back and said, no, this is the hand of God. It is not any human making.
Yeah.
Do you have such critical experience you want to share with us? One or two?
Yes, a whole lot. I think my whole life has been based on that.
Come on, let's take one. Let's take one. Very interesting.
In life, just basically because of believing this man up there. Critical example is me putting a challenge to him, like my mom always does. My mom would challenge God, like my father. I'm talking to you directly. If you don't do this and do this, I'll be very disappointed. So when I wanted to come out as an artist, I think I used to hang around a bunch of guys who gave me advice on how people make it in the industry, in the music industry. They're talking about some scary stuff that I know the background I'm coming from, there's no way that I can. That means it's literally a no for me. I can't be a star. I can't do what I want, what I'd really love to do. Because they were talking about, going to certain places to drink this type of water, and then you meet somebody, they will have something that you do, and then people will love your music, they'll follow you. I'm like, the home that I'm from, my mom is so strict that to date I don't drink. I can drink, but that thing is always here. You feel like, she will be watching somewhere, but I'm old. I can do whatever I want. Same with Christianity. So I felt even if you thought about going somewhere to seek help, your mom would realize it. So that fear was there, but then I had to trust God. So I said, this is what they're telling me. My mom presented me to you and said, my mom told me that when she had Beth, she told God, I'm not taking care of this child, you are. So if anything, the outcome of this child is your works.
It's your responsibility.
Exactly. So I also asked him, so Daddy, this is the situation. This is what I want to do. But these are the things they're saying I have to do. But I know it goes against your word and I can't do it. So you have to prove to them that it's possible, that you can do it without it. So everybody else, because there's a lot of people, even now, there are underground artists who still believe in that whole idea of you need to go somewhere for protection. Someone has to do something for you to blow. I think it's there. It exists. I've not been there, but I think the fact that you're even talking about it means it's there. But as a child of God, you need to believe, in your faith. And that is what I did for a year. I asked him, I don't remember which year, but there was a particular year that I asked him that if it doesn't happen, then I might have to back out, because I was young, I was vulnerable. Someone is telling me this is how this and that they made it. If you don't do it, it's not going to happen. So that same year.
At what age was that? You remember how old were you at that time?
I was pretty young. I was very young.
Like 15, 16, 18? Or you were beyond 18?
I think I might be a little bit beyond that.
Beyond 18?
Yes, but I was still vulnerable. Those are the ages you talk to friends a lot.
Yeah.
You hang around with them a lot.
Yeah.
So whatever they say, you believe. And they are so sure of themselves when they speak. So convincing, But from the home I come from, you can't even think of that as an option. So I gave God, that year. If that didn't happen, I was going to go back to do a normal job like anybody else. I was into graphic designing, so probably I'll go to an office, design billboards or whatever. But that same year, things started picking up. People started liking me. I was on radio, shouts to Adom FM, and people voted and they will call. And almost everything I do, I'll be the first person. I'll always come out first. When people see you, they want to have more of you. Can you call that same guy? I want to have a show. Just gradually. And I became, I think it's still happening, but at that point I became what I wanted to be and even more. And, taking all these awards. And this is by just literally just doing the music and doing what I love, but it still happened. So then I was like, nah, this is
the hand of God.
And when people ask me how you do it, and when you say God, that is the normal sentence, but it's very serious. It's literally God. It has nothing to do with you, because my experience, I know I have nothing to do with what is happening. I'm doing my bit as I'm working hard, but I know people who work 10 times harder than I do. But maybe their state of mind is not helping them. Their beliefs, it makes them have a reaction towards even the hustle that drags it for a very long time. But I believe he is working, and I believe even as humans. Like I have a daughter now. If my daughter praises me to be the strongest person, I'll act like it, because I need to, impress that. If my daughter says Daddy is a hero, my daddy will beat you. We actually have a joke. That's my camera guy. My daughter likes to bully him a lot.
Oh, okay.
Daddy, Uncle Derek is worrying me. Go and beat him. And I show up. I just act like I'm beating Derek, and I could see how happy she is. Exactly. So I can imagine that's how God works when you throw the challenge and believe that it's going to happen. It did happen. You guys know the history already. Took the 5 awards from that time. Went to the BET. Did almost everything that artists would pray for. And this is just with God throwing a challenge to him, and he delivered.
And nothing else.
Yes.
Just God. Right. So if you're just tuning, this is Hit 103.9 FM, and we are on This is Gospel, the TRG show here with the Damascus Experience segment. The man here is Sarkodie. Yes, Sarkodie is here, and We're on Facebook Live on Hit 103.9 FM. Look for us on Facebook right now and take a good look at Sarkodie in this beautiful outfit by who designed this one?
Big Lomo. Shouts to Big Lomo.
Wow. Yeah. Big Lomo. Nice dress. Nice Thank outfit you. On Sunday. So take a look at him on Facebook Live right now. Hit 103.9 FM and take a good listen to this song again. Per the story he's just told, and believe that it is the hand of God, but no one else. Let's go.
This is gospel. This is gospel. This is gospel.
Ferrade. Fani Okania. Akaka krebina diachi. That's what he took. He took God and no one else. He's not mixed it with anything. It is pure God and no one else. It's made him King Sarkodie. What about you? Who are you consulting? Speak to the omnipotent. He created all these things. So speak to the only person, Jehovah. He's the only one who can take you from zero to hero. All right. So welcome back to Hit 103.9 FM. I'm sure you enjoy this music by Yao Sapon. One of the favorites of... What is it about Yao Sapon that you love so much, Sarkodie?
I love gospel music, but I am a different type of Christian. I don't think there's ever been a time that I worry, which is apparently is rare. It's scary to a lot of people. That my sister sent me a voice note. Do you even cry? Are you ever sad? Because of my understanding of the man that we are worshiping, it doesn't allow me to have those emotions most times. And Mr. Yao Sapon reflects that. When I listen to him, there's a lot of
positivity.
Yes, there's a lot of gospel music that kind of like, I think you need to be in a space to listen to it. I'm not there yet, but for him, I think everything is okay. Everything's going to be okay. Even the things that is not here yet is still going to happen anyways. That is the type of mindset I have, and he says that a lot. Almost this album said everything.
Almost everything.
Yes, that I think, as a person. Yeah.
Okay. So you actually have his record at home?
Yes.
You play it at
every
home?
morning, almost every morning. I disturb my house with it.
Whoa. So Titi listens to it?
Yes. So
Tracy
I know
does.
the lyrics.
Oh, yeah. I heard you just, just whispering and
Yes.
nodding your head to it. Well done. Well done for taking God
Thank
and
you.
not resorting to anything. So, how did you enter the new year? What has been your experience since we started 1st January? In fact, let me start from 31st January. Where were you on 31st January?
31st, I think myself and the family gathered at home. We did not, there was a situation with one of my team members, the mom just passed away. I think that was around the same time. So, in a way, I'm human. The reflexes, we all were down. The whole team, my family, and that was the first day, of January. But at this point, as we always say, God knows what He does. So that day was a bit, down for all of us. So we're in the house, just me and the family.
Oh,
yeah.
So you actually spent solemn time at home.
Yes.
Just to cross over.
Yes. Yes.
But it's good. I mean, in Christ, when you are dead, we believe you are sleeping. On that resurrection morning, when all the dead in Christ will rise, someday, just someday, when He comes again, He'll wake all of them up. So may his soul, he or she,
the mom,
may her mom's soul rest in perfect peace. Amen.
Amen.
So, 1st January, New Year. How has it been? It's been how many days now? 6 days now.
Yeah, what's today's date?
Yes. 6 days now. How has the new year been treating you?
As always, it's better. Is great. Aside the fact that we have to mourn my friend's mom, I think everything else is good. It's been great so far.
Okay. Did you list any New Year resolutions you want to share?
No.
One or two with us?
No, I didn't. I didn't. But I just allow myself, to go with anything positive that has to come my way. And the negatives, I think we're humans. We'll have our ups and downs. But all I pray for is just the heart to go through the hard times when it comes. As always, as God has been able to do for me through the years, I know He's going to do the same thing in 2019.
Wow. God is good. Let's take a look back at growing up.
Yeah.
We miss most of these things when we're having interviews. And on this show, we want you to be very open. Just share with us. Growing up, where did you grow up? Where were you born? Where did you start your school? Where are your schoolmates? Do you have schoolmates? You have, where?
Yes.
Where? Tell us about it.
So I was born and bred in Tema, Community 9 General Hospital. And that's where I lived in Community 9. And then after some, I don't know, but I was still very young. My dad came to pick me up. And we went to Koforidua, to live. We were living at Adrisu Estate. I went to school at Universal in Koforidua for a while. Then came back to Accra to live at Mile 7. Old Peace FM, that area.
That area,
yes. And I used to school at Achimota Preparatory.
Okay.
Yeah, that actually took a lot of my life. I spent a lot of my life at Mile 7.
Oh, okay.
Those were some dark times for me as well. Went through a whole lot, and even surviving that should tell you that there's something bigger than us. So came out of that, came to Tema to complete JSS, I think Form 3. Right after that, stayed in Tema, went to Methodist Day Secondary in Tema. Yeah, and then right after that, I did IPMC, and then I'm still doing music now.
Wow. So,
Yeah.
you went to IPMC to
IPMC.
study
graphic
what?
designing, yeah.
Okay, so that's where you got the graphic
Exactly.
designing stuff from.
Yes.
Did you practice it before music? Did you practice a little bit? You
no.
did.
Deep within me, I really wanted to do music. I think there's a
Okay.
passion. That's something I do effortlessly, and I was a young kid with a lot of emotions. Because of stuff that I went through as a kid, and I wanted a way to express it. So it started by writing. Because let me say this quick story. People who know Sarkodie know a song called Mile 7 Saga, which was a situation that happened in Mile 7. God bless whoever I was staying with. I think maybe she didn't know better, so I wouldn't judge her. But that made me who I am today. So it was very critical at that point, staying there at Mile 7. And these are times that people can take their lives because of the stress, the problems. I didn't know where my mom was, didn't know where dad was. My mom didn't know where I was, because my dad came to pick me. My dad knew where I was, but I didn't know where he was staying. So I could see him sometimes, but not regularly.
But how did you land in Mile 7?
Because dad took me to the woman, to stay with her.
With someone, okay.
Yes, with
Okay.
someone. And it wasn't as a child, I didn't understand it, because I didn't know better. I thought it was life, but I could sense it's not normal, because of the maltreatment. As a child, I think if you were living with your mom, this wouldn't be, the situation.
So the real love,
exactly, that connection wasn't there. So just craving for that for a long time. But that actually made me very emotional. So I really wanted to express what I felt as a person. I miss mom, so I would just write a letter, and then I don't know, because I can't. Those days were days that you don't have phones. You have to go to a pay phone. You have the chip, the card thing, you load it. And I'm a kid. I couldn't do that. And this is a crying time. As a kid, that's like here and
long miles, miles away.
Exactly. So, and I didn't know where my mom was. So that was a very dark time for me in life. I think we were like 7 people living in a room like this, and it was really bad. It was really bad, but I did survive that, and that made me who I am. It makes me observe a lot, So as life is going, I know how to chill back and just look at everything that's happening, because I was that quiet child who's always in some corner looking at stuff, don't have friends, So that whole time just built the persona Sarkodie. So as much as it was bad at that point, I didn't know that it was a preparation for who I am today, to say things that my fellow colleagues might not be able to even say because of what I went through at that time. So when I was 7, went through that for a very long time, from primary to GSS 2. As I was about to finish was when mom found me. So I was in school one day and I just saw my mom coming to Achimota Preparatory, sitting in class. I saw my mom outside. I didn't even care if the teacher would beat me or anything. I just literally woke up, went to hug mom. I'm like, it's been forever. And she saw me, and I think as she saw me, the look,
your face,
yes, the way I was skinny,
things were not well.
You look sick, So, and as a mother, how they will react. They want to take their child away. So in the beginning, it wasn't easy. She had already had 4 to take care of, and coming to add me is not easy. So what she did was take me to where I was living, try to send her quota to the woman, to take care of me, just to keep me there, and at the right time she'll come and pick me up. So she used to come when we vacate, or sometimes I'll be in school, she'll come and give me money. I go back, I give it to the same woman, And the last time that she saw me, that she took me back to Tema, it was about 2 terms I'll complete school. So you can imagine how serious it was for her to not say complete and let me come and pick you. No, we're going today.
And that was an abrupt cut of your education.
Exactly.
And she was ready to take that risk.
Yes. And she said I'll complete from Tema. I'll have to come. I'll drive. A woman used to drop me off at, there was a place called CP Junction.
Yeah.
That now they have done the overpass, but then you walk
through that
to school. So I had to finish the last term from Tema, come back and forth, because when she saw me for the last time, it's like, if I leave today, I might not see you again, because the way you look, So I didn't have the heart to tell her what the issues were, because I was young, and I thought you're being naughty, or being a bad boy if you complain about who you're living with. Now I'm old, so I would understand that this is wrong. I would go like, no, this woman is doing this. But as a kid, I had no idea.
You had to swallow everything.
Exactly. So when mom comes, I have to pretend like everything is okay. Actually, one funny situation was this writing thing. I was writing to mom. It's like a letter saying, I miss you. I want to be with you. I don't want to stay here. And I fell asleep writing the letter. So the woman comes in.
She saw it.
Picks the letter. Got mad. Called my mom. My mom came over, and this woman is complaining as if I am being a bad person. And I didn't understand, so I was saying sorry. Crying, saying sorry, I will not do this again. Now, Mom, I'm sorry. And my mom came. My mom was so pissed as well. So the two combined, I had to kneel down, beg this woman. And right after mom left, you can imagine the war that I have to face. So it was recently when I grew up was when I told her what was happening. And she's like, why didn't you tell me all along, when I was coming? I'm like, I was scared, because if I should say it, and maybe you don't take it like that, you tell her, you can imagine the problem. And there's a lot of kids, I believe, going through
the same situation. What's your advice to them? I mean, they are watching you. Some of them are listening to you right now. If anybody is going through the same, what would be your advice for them?
It would be hard for you to listen to me, because if you're in the situation, even if you look around your circumstances, you don't find any way out. That is how it seems like. And that's how people end their lives. If they don't, they tend to, the bad life on the streets. You want to And I get it. I know why kids would want to do that because of the situations at home. Because I used to panic when I hear the closing bell, from school. I wish school would just go throughout to the next day, because now they say the closing bell, now I need to go and face this.
You wish school never ends.
Exactly. So anybody who is in that situation, I bet you, it will pay off with time, but you have to be calm with it. It's a situation you're going through. It's a phase. It can take long, but it's not going to be like that forever. And actually, those who go through that situations always end up, doing well. So it's let me be a bit funny. It's a good thing to go through it. It will really build you up to be a good person.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow, touching. Joe Metal, he says Bononi.
I am who I am because of you.
This
If
is
it
gospel.
had not been for you,
Hits
tell me
FM.
where would I be? I was lost and sinking deep in sin.
Hits FM
Reach
103.9.
out your hand and rescued me. No one else can do the things you do. There's no one else but you. I am who I am because of you. If it had not been for you, tell me where would I be? I was lost and sinking deep in sin. But you reach out your hand and rescued me. No one else can do the things you do. Oh God, there's no one else but you. So I say this. Oh no, yeah.
Hits FM
Oh no,
103.9.
yeah. Oh no, no one else but you. Oh no, yeah. Don't chop on no, yeah.
This is
Oh
gospel.
no, no one else but you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Luigi McLean.
Never thought that you could love someone like me. To give up your life for me, yeah. You even go on and call me your very own. So grateful for your love. Yeah. No one can do the things you do for me. Yeah. No one else but you. Never thought that you could love someone like me. To give up your life for me, yeah. You even go on and
And through it all, he says Bononi. He did not give the thanks to anybody, not trees, not mountains, not rivers, not gods, not mere human beings,
you do for me.
but Jehovah.
Oh,
All thanks to him.
no one else but you. Say,
It's gospel.
Hits FM.
This is gospel.
Okay,
Jesus, you're my everything, yeah.
so just 54 minutes out past the hour 6, and we're here on Hits 103.9 FM. This is Gospel. My name is Frankie 5. I'm here with Sarkodie.
Oh,
We talking gospel, yeah. We talking gospel.
everybody say,
So if it's just tuning, we are live on Facebook on Hits 103.9 FM on Facebook Live. Send us all your comments, and we'll activate the phone lines for you to share your new year with Sarkodie right here in the studio. Yes. So keep listening. So King Sak, let me ask you this: is this the reason why you are so much fan of your mom, and every time you speak, you speak so passionately about your mom?
Yes.
You speak less about your dad. Why is it so?
I think it's just natural, but in all, I don't think my dad is, that perception shouldn't be there. I'm not talking about him because he's like a bad person and all that.
Yeah.
But I think looking at my dad makes me learn more, and I think it's for all young men, we growing up. I think for men, showing emotions is very hard for us, so sometimes kids misinterpret it, so we don't get it. Maybe mom would show a lot more physically, mom would like to hug you, tell you stories, our dads can love you even way more than your mom does, but how they express it is a bit different. So I think my dad, I respect him now as a young man, having a child, getting married. I understand his position.
Yeah.
But I think to all of us moving forward, we have to be a bit vulnerable to our kids with time. Like, let's show them the ins and outs. Let's be way closer to them. I think the difference is just my mom. I'm way closer to my mom, and she would make the effort to make me see how far she would go. My dad would do the same, but maybe I might not see it.
Yeah.
But now I realize things that he has done. But it's just natural. I just know my mom way more because I stayed with her. The usual, I think, for almost every person in the world, the whole mom, son, mom, daughter thing, But there's nothing against that.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you believe in prophecies? In the
I don't
Bible, there are prophets, there are preachers, and there are healers. Others are also teachers. But do you believe in?
I've really not done my education on that, so that would be. I would just, if I say anything, I'm just saying it because we are having a conversation. But on the real, I have to in-depth myself with the knowledge to be able to answer, that. But I think since it's existing, the word is there. It should be there.
It should be there.
Yeah.
Okay, so there are men of God who are gifted to prophesy the mind of God. God communicates to them, and they intend, speak it out to whoever the message is intended to.
Yeah.
And every year we have these prophecies coming all on you guys. When I say you guys, the celebrities, the wealthy in society, the politicians, and it keeps hitting you every now and then. I know most of you, don't take these things too lightly. Most of you have expressed and given your feedback to these prophecies that come to you. For you, Eagle Prophet prophesied about you. Have you heard it?
Yes, I saw a video. I saw a clip. Someone sent it to me.
And he says, you're going to be a legend. How do you take that?
God bless him. I'm all about positivity. So anything that's positive, whether it's true or not, I would have to embrace it and take it. Because that's something that I would want for myself. So if it's positive, I will take it in and I'll run with it. Because I think not just the prophets. My mom has said things that has come to pass. My mom could say something and it will happen because I believed in it and I worked on it. So it did happen. So I think you panic when you don't know your stand with God. Because if they say my whole life, there's a lot of prophecies that's come on my way. Like people actually giving me 7 days and all that.
Hey,
so I met
to
somebody,
die.
Yeah, somebody, and then I think he went to my mom straight to say that to my mom. My mom panicked, and that is when I believe the devil works, because I think it's 2 F's. God goes with faith, devil goes with fear. So you have to choose where you stand as a person, So I met him outside, and I was disappointed, not because of the prophecy. You don't go to my mom to say these things to my mom, But for me, over the years, I've been able to beat certain situations that makes me feel like you can be in charge only if you align yourself well with God, so you can talk to him directly.
Right.
And anything I pray with mom as well. So over the years, I'm not going to say it's there or it's not, but what I've experienced personally with God is anything that I ask him for, he does it. If there's a situation that he has to solve, he does it. He's never failed till now. So it's going to be hard for me to panic with these things, but I know it might be possible that you've seen something.
Great, awesome. So for you pray about it. When it comes to you find time to pray.
I think I pray almost every time, and my prayer has always been trying to God to eliminate, not totally. You can't take negativity out of your life totally. It will come, but then you need the wisdom and the understanding to go through these times. Because I think mainly it's the state of mind. And if you feel you're not too connected to God and you hear these things, and you definitely panic. Exactly. I'm not talking to my father. I'm not talking to my mom. So now if somebody's coming to the house to come and beat me, there's nobody.
You'll be scared.
Exactly. But me, if you have your connections right, you talk to God 24/7. You feel like you have a connection with him directly. If it's positive, you act on that, it's going to happen. If it's negative and you also want to feed into that, that is possible that it can happen too.
And talk of prayer. Before you mount any stage, do you pray?
Yes.
There are videos. I hear there are videos of you circulating that when you're going on stage, you're actually holding hands with your team and you are praying.
Yeah. Even if we forget to do that, I think individually in our heads we do it. But normally what we do is we gather in one of the rooms, either mine or the DJs or whoever. We just hold hands, and because we believe that we don't have control over what is happening. I know within me that I have nothing. Let me say I have 10% to do with what's happening. The 90 has nothing to do with me. So it's scary and fun. The fun bit is your manager is God. Can you imagine how fun that is?
Yeah.
Exactly. He is controlling the wheel, and you can imagine the things he will bring in your way. No human being can work as hard as he works. He will open doors that you can never believe, and he's been doing this over the years. The scary part is you never know when something big is about to happen. So you, as a Christian, you panic. Hey, am I going to get the next song? Are you going to have the biggest song? Will you ever win this award? What if you die out? Like all these things. But when you have something that you believe this is how you're doing it, you are sure. You have the best manager. You think you are sure. But then again, God forbid, but your manager can die. Okay? Any human being that you're dealing with can die. We are doing our best here, but there's something way bigger than us working for us. So each and every time that we go on tour, shows, anything, we have to sanctify ourselves, have the best of shows. And I always pray that definitely when I step on that stage, people are going to scream. But God, can you use this platform to be another milestone that people want to demand for you more?
More.
Exactly.
More. So they can do the same God has done for you to them.
Exactly.
You are lucky. I mean, your manager is God, and you seem to have a heavenly manager.
Executive producer.
Yes, it's God. And your earthly manager is also an angel who protects you.
Yes.
You are lucky. You are very lucky, man. You've got angels and you have Jesus. Okay, so which church do you fellowship with?
Assemblies of God.
In Tema?
Yes.
Community 8. So how did you feel when one of your pastors was stabbed early Sunday morning? How was the feeling?
I've not really followed it, but I think it's always a bad feeling for someone losing their life. So rest in peace to him, and God bless the congregation.
Do you take time to study the Word of God?
I won't lie about that. No. But the verses that when I relate to it,
you can remember anyone has just crossed your ears that you feel this is a usual phrase.
There's one memory verse I have to be sure. I think it's Matthew 21:22. I think believe and you shall receive anything you ask for in prayer. That has been my line, and I was a kid when I heard that. I had to rehearse it. It seems like God just gave me that thing to survive in life, because these things they do at Sunday school. The kids who come and you memorize one
recite
verse
all those
yes,
ones.
Exactly. And then that was the verse I chose, and that has been
leading you throughout. Strong.
Just say it, believe, and it happens.
Okay. So we are in the studio with Sarkodie, and we are discussing gospel. I mean, this throwing spotlight on his Christian side. Of course, he worshipped with Anglican Church in Community 4, and you heard it live here. Those of us who were saying, does he go to church at all? Does he pray? Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Yes, he worships. What is your experience when you enter church? How do people look at you when you get to church after all this fame and all this, calling out your name like a God, you are being worshipped now, and you enter church? How's the feeling?
I think... how should I put this? I love my church because we are very small. Community 4 is actually very huge. I'm a Community 8. That is, it's not like that much of numbers. So it's okay to deal with. But it's always, I think it's a blessing as well for people not snapping out of the fact that you're blessed and you're being Sarkodie. So they adore you when you come. It's still like that. But deep within, I always feel I would just be Michael when I enter the church. But always you will be taking pictures, after when you're done. But that is the blessing that comes with,
You don't face rejection in church? People don't...
No.
Hypocritically...
Maybe it's a church I'm going to. No.
You don't have that experience?
No, my pastor is the best. And he... like, that treatment is not there. They care more about you being saved and knowing what is supporting you going, and then the way forward with time. Gradually, are you going to use this impact to,
draw people to God or push people away?
Exactly. So it's a gradual process. It's
Have you
like,
thought of that? Has that
that
crossed
has
your
been-
mind that your talent is
Yes.
likely to push people away or draw them to God?
Yes, that is. Every artist will be a bit sensitive with this question because they go like, and we have theories that will always guard what we are doing.
Yes, yes.
But as a real person, sometimes we will say stuff that we feel, even you don't believe in this, but you're saying it because the masses, that is what they want to hear. And most of them feel very uncomfortable when you say certain things that makes them think too much.
Okay.
So they want to let loose. So life is like on a high now. They're trying to get high.
Yeah.
So anytime you want to snap them back to reality, they find it very difficult to face it. So that is our challenge sometimes. So I would want to really push a message, but then the masses out there, it gets them to panic a little bit, to think too much, which they don't want to, which they have to. So the people sometimes control what we say, but I think gradually we will get the confidence to go like, no, you don't have to tell me what I have to say.
Okay.
I need to tell you what you need to listen to.
Okay. So is there a time that you've done a song that you stood back and said, no, this one is not me. I really, this is not me.
Yeah.
Have you had any regrets like that
The thing
before?
is, music is art, actually. So there's a lot of things I can say that it doesn't have to be me, but I'm creating art for the listener who's listening to it. But there's an extreme that you go that is not necessary, that you could have done without. But it's so bad that the masses are into it.
Okay.
So then it forces you can be in the booth. I'll have a rhyme, and then the next rhyme that comes, I know this is very bad, but it sounds so good.
Yeah. So you just need to hit
So you
it.
battle it between, and if you try to change it to add anything,
It won't fit.
It doesn't fit.
It don't go fit.
Exactly.
If I just talk on.
we are battling with that, but I think it's just about timing. And the fact that I know, is good. If you don't know, that's the problem.
That's the problem.
When you know, you're trying to work towards it. And actually looking at it from when I started to now, like I can tell the difference. That now sometimes you get shy saying certain things, so gradually I think I'm moving towards a path that I would want to be.
Okay.
But let me just clear this one though. When people say you're off the world, like the music is
It's a
secular
worldly music, yeah.
worldly music. Yes, profanity.
Yeah.
That I believe, because you're pushing people to do something that you know is not good. Love is different. Okay, so when people are singing songs that can make marriages stay, it is very necessary. So you don't push these people away, but the agenda is don't take it too far, because Oframponsa has songs that when I listen to, I would want to just get married and just always be with wifey, travel, go here, spend time with her. These things help.
They are
But
necessary.
then, yeah, exactly. But then when you tag all of them and put them in a box like you're doing this, you're doing that, then you get us a bit confused. So love songs are different.
Yeah.
Profanity is what I believe deep within me that we have to
Cut it
eliminate.
off.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've been real. I mean, you're one of the realest people I've ever spoken to. I mean, you don't mince words. Thank you so much for being very honest. And let me ask you this: Do you think with the following that you have, the huge following that you have, someday, just someday, you might mount the political platform and lead a political party? Why are you looking at Angel?
Because he asked me this question how many days ago? 2 days ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, you guys are connected.
Oh, no. We only spoke this
It
afternoon.
was
I mean,
out of
yeah.
nowhere. He
Yeah.
asked me that question. I'm like, I didn't really get the message. I'm like, so what do you mean? That you want me to go and do a show for a politician? No, like, like really getting into it.
Wow.
Um,
See, spirit is working now.
True.
We are connected. Yeah,
True.
yeah. So, what's your response to that?
I don't think. I think the tag politician I don't like. I don't think I like it. But I think we all politicians at the end. But I understand where you're coming from. I was in full time going into it. No, but I would want to be a leader of something that, like a state of mind that I would like to push, but not necessarily. I don't think that's. I don't know, but for now, how I feel, I don't think that's my calling.
So, if any political party approach you,
No, that's a no. That's a no. That's a no. Like approaches have been there, like asking to like support a particular party, or I don't believe in that. And people tag you to be with this party and this other party. Actually, people think I'm getting paid to say certain things. I literally speak from how I feel. When I did Inflation, when I did Doomsaw, naturally I care about people. I care that everybody survives, so it makes it a better place. You know, our communities are being torn apart because of money, so we are not having real love.
Yeah.
You know, when you travel outside to, you know, let me say the white man's land, they have, you can see the family have time. They go to picnics, they share love, because there's no, people feel like they're not entitled to anything. All they're entitled to is love, because the system works. So if you need a loan, there's a way that you need to go about it. So you don't have to say, I'm not talking to my uncle because he wasn't able to give me a loan. That is my problem. But if the system is right, you know, it allows people to come together naturally. So that is why I vent, because I see people fight unnecessarily because of poverty. And we can't even have real love anymore. People can't visit their families because when you go and you don't drop some coins, the whole visit doesn't even make sense. You get it? But then I understand it because of the situations here in Africa. And it's all due to people that don't feel the needs of people, that feel like, let me lay down my life so that people can survive, you know, for generations. So that is my political mind. It's not necessarily I know how to do socio-economical, what I don't have any idea how those things work. But naturally, as an artist or looking from the outside, I feel everyone should be okay. At least, if not rich, everyone should be okay.
Everyone should be fine. This is a very sensitive one, but let me try. Once I attended one of your events, Rapaholic, and at the background, you were flashing lights and on the LEDs, we're seeing all sort of signs and everything. And when we go out, one of my very good friends, I'll reserve his name, is like, you know, I told you one time that this guy is Illuminati. So I asked him,